Are we live? Yeah, the thing's live. People, deluded. I'm back again. Thank you very much for joining me for my live post-match reaction. Leicester 1, Arsenal 3, Arsenal 3, Leicester 1. And am I dreaming? I saw Arsenal come back from behind. I saw Arsenal win an away game. You know, I've seen 2 comebacks in a week. I've seen us make 6 changes and evidently not look out of place. Yeah, I know there was, towards the end of the game, if Kelechi and Nacho had better end product, he could have scored, and their decision making let them down. Yeah, I know we started the game poorly in typical Arsenal fashion. But long story short, Arsenal 3, Leicester 1, and our next 4 games off the top of my head, we've got Burnley, Spurs, West Ham, and Liverpool. It's not going to be easy, but if you can come home and beat the team that's third place, you have half a chance. Now, the age-old problem is this Arsenal's been amazing today. Tomorrow, next week, it might be a different one. But this is what I mean by when I always say, if we do not get top 4, it's ourselves. There are teams that are evidently better than us, but it's not like Arsenal are here and arguably excluding City and Liverpool because they're the league champions and run away with the league. Nobody's up there. People can have better players than us, better squad. But if we don't get top 4, it's our fault. And whatnot. Now, on another day, we'd sit here and ask, why have we had to turn the games around twice in a week, people? But it is what it is. We'll live. Now, let me spray off my thoughts in the game. Like I said, end of the day, I would have taken a draw against Leicester. To see that my team has scored 3 goals, the typical top scorer in Aubameyang's not there. The wonder kid in Saka hasn't started. There's been a whole heap of changes. We reacted. We did well. We won. We took 3 points. We did what we needed to do. Leicester, I was disappointed from what I saw with Leicester. I'm not going to care. I'm not a Leicester fan, but I didn't feel they was as aggressive. I feel they sat back a lot. Maybe they underestimated us and there was a bit of complacency there. Obviously, both teams played midweek. They are suffering with injuries, and obviously both teams played midweek. Like I said, we've got to stop conceding cheap goals and early goals, but we'll get into that in a second, people. We're gonna get into it. Big up everybody tuned in. You're right, Josh. We do need to keep it up. Big up Mumsy as well. Nice that we didn't ruin your mum's birthday. Big up Mumsy. Shy Guy said your commentary is better than Sky or BT. I appreciate that. That's massive words, man. I really appreciate that, man. Big up yourself. Please, everybody that's here, hit the like button. Like Elliot is saying, the sun is shining, DJ is smiling. To be fair, I've smiled twice in a week, because on one hand, oh yeah, and don't get it twisted, fantastic character. Like Cam is saying, football's a funny old game. 6 changes, Willian starting. Funny how things work out. Big up Willian as well, because again, we lose this game, you play poorly. We're looking at your manager and saying, is he sensible? That didn't happen. You have to big up Willian. Like Frederick is saying, a 32-year-old taking on responsibility in the absence of a 19-year-old. You love to see it, people. So let's jump straight into to my thoughts on the game, people. Let me share the infamous Google Doc. Now, that is the second half for me. Let's not get into that. So yeah, looking at the start of it, I've got these the wrong way around, people. Let me change that up. We knew what to expect. We started the, we're up to 9th now until, hopefully Burnley can do us a job. But prior to the game, we're 11th. We're sat 11th. We're not in the top half of the table. This is a massive game. We're going against a team that is more confident than us, playing better than us. All of these things. Manager doing well. Ballers, we knew it wasn't going to be an easy task. 12 o'clock kickoff. I'm sure many Arsenal fans were dreading it, and we went a goal behind. Now, obviously, I didn't fit, Willian, listen, I said at the start of my live stream, and I've said it every time I speak about Willian. I have no problem applauding Willian. Big up, Willian. I wanted you to make me look stupid. I didn't want you to start. I don't think you should be at Arsenal Football Club, but you play like that. What can I say but sing your praises? I'm seeing Willian take people on. I'm seeing him involved in goals. Did think he took a bit of waking up in the first half. I feel Pepe and Laka were on it from the start. Big up Pablo Marie in case I ever miss out him. It was a good performance. But, William, you've made your manager look like a genius. He started you, he's backed you, he's talked you up in the week, and you've played well. You did all right off the bench against Benfica. You did all right today. Now you're hoping that, I don't think much of Willian, but I've always said, and those of you that are my regular viewers can quote me, I've always said I want him to have confidence, because a player that is poor anyways and not confident, you're in trouble. Now that he's got a little bit of confidence because the manager likes you and internally you're still backed up, hopefully you do your thing. I don't think much of William, but if he can continue this together with Pepe, who also was good today, turning the corner. We've got the young lions in Martinelli and Saka in the wings. Aubameyang can play up front or whatnot. Lacazette's there, Smith Rowe and Odegaard. There's problems for the final third, and if there's problems, it gives us adaptability. Let's be real. You looked at our lineup, we're dreading the worst, but on the same hand, rotation did need to happen. We played a lot of games. Saka needed to be rested, and clearly a couple others done. So people can see football is a squad game. This is why when people say don't do this and don't do that, there's issues, people. Football is a squad game in today's society, and if you don't recognize that, it's a problem. So to see that we've made all of these changes and we've still done something is good. Apologies, because that's come off the screen. Now, like I said, excluding the changes, the changes, the personnel Leicester have, we knew it was a long day at the office. Now, I did feel first five, I think we started off positive. I had it in the back of my head not to get too excited about that, people, because you remember the game at the Emirates. We were onto them. It's only the last 10 minutes of the first half and the second half we threw it away. So when I'm seeing Jamie Vardy quiet and we're on the front foot, and I actually think we started the game well, literally from minute 0 to minute 5, people, hit the like button. I think we started off very well and we was doing okay in that regards, people. We make it like you can see here. We held on to the ball. Like I said, I think it was fairly positive. We held on to the ball. We made a couple passes. I'm seeing man try the difficult passes, especially out there to Kieran Tierney. The problem is, come the 6th minute now, we've made a stupid mistake. Now, I think Pablo Mari was spot on. I think fundamentally it's Xhaka's fault because Xhaka has lost the ball and he's played it to a marked Willian. But we know against Leicester, they're devastating on the counter and we've given them that goal. Not only, in my opinion, have we given Leicester that goal, we've made Telemann's mind up to shoot, because if you look at it, Xhaka has lost the ball and fundamentally the buck stops with Xhaka. I felt El Nene could have closed that space down a bit quicker, and I think Marie also. Tierney's out of shot, so again, I guess watching it again, you could say, where is he? I don't think it's to blame, but you could say that. We've made Telemann's mind up for him to shoot into that far corner. For all the, like I said, I think we started off decent for the first 5. 6th minute, we've gonna go down. Now, when we look at Arsenal this week without emotion, of course, we've ended this week in the best positive scenario. We're going through in Europa League. We've done what we've needed to do against Leicester. But if we remove the emotion and we watch that game again, generally, and kind of going back to Thursday, we need to ask ourselves, why do we have to keep going behind? Because we shouldn't. It looks heroic. We've come back home twice in a week. We've had different squads, but we need to work on, can we score those early goals really and truly, rather than have to come back and chase the game? Do you get what I'm saying? So ultimately, Xhaka got caught on possession, and I think Xhaka reacted well from that mistake, but we need to cut them out. On the best of days, our squad has too many of those. It was Xhaka this week. Well, today it was Xhaka, it was Ceballos on Thursday. We've seen it be Cedric and be David Luiz. We've seen it be whole heap of players, people. So we need to cut that out. I did feel, even going to go down, I did feel, I think the problem is we have to be careful, because if we press too much, Leicester are very good on the transition and good at exploiting that, and they will go and score. So we can't be too excited. But like I said on my live stream, I was kind of not confident, but I felt easy today, because I said it on my live stream. I said, listen, I'm not being funny, but it ain't a game where you're relying on the young players. Yes, Smith Rowe's out there, but you've got Willian, who's played for his country, Xhaka, Aubameyang, Lacazette, all of these guys, Pepe, all of these guys. We know we've messed up for the goal, but it still felt like we could be in it. I think, we kept Leicester in their own half for large parts of that first half. Like you saw, they had no real outball. They were trying to hit Jamie Vardy. I think Pablo Mari and David Luiz done a number on him. We had them out of the game. I was somewhat, if I look at it from a neutral, I'd be disappointed how Leicester played. They were sluggish. They were second best. They were in their own half. I think we pressed well. I saw a game plan. The problem is 10 minutes in, for all the possession and these things, we ain't really tested Schmeichel. And fundamentally, we're a goal behind. And how many times have you seen Arsenal in that territory, people, where we have possession and all of these things, but we don't have what matters, and that's the lead at this point in time. And the problem is, when you're seeing how Leicester are playing and they're behind the ball, we've given them a goal to hold on to, so they could just sit back, soak up the pressure, and you know how the story typically goes in that regard. So we do have to be careful. Like I said, people, moving on, excluding the mistake, there's something in this. I think Lacazette from early was doing nice little 1-2s. I think Pepe shown he's on this. He had Thomas on toast. Thomas had to get clipped at half time. I think William woke up after 10-20 minutes, and after that he was unstoppable. We're seeing shades of Ronaldinho. He's taking man on and those sort of things. like I said, Leicester had no ideas. Yes, they've had a whole heap of injuries, but I think they were deep in their own half. They were forcing that long ball, and we kind of won it. We're kind of winning it each and every time. I did think we needed to shoot though, because as I said, 20 to 30 minutes, I think we've reacted better. And like I was saying at the start, I'm not being funny, but we've made a mistake. We have to forgive ourselves. Have we never been a goal down before? I said it on my live stream. I said, have you lot never been a goal down before? There's a whole heap of time left, and you're actually playing all right. Like, I was positively surprised how well we was doing, but we need to shoot. Kasper Schmeichel's had nothing to do really. And like you can see here, possession doesn't necessarily mean goals, like we've seen as an Arsenal fan. So as much as we're playing well, I didn't want the half to end where it's still 1-0 to Leicester sort of thing. And I think we were doing well down our left and down our right. You know, Pepe's having to receive it quite deep at a point. But since even Cedric woke up at a point, and he had better link-up play with Pepe. 32 minutes in, to kind of highlight how we're on this, we made 191 passes to their 53. So they're just sitting back. Now, you back Leicester to be able to hold that because they've got the lead. But you could tell we've started off all right, people. We've started off all right. Apologies, people. Well, Mans versus Olsberg is being recorded on my TV. Like I said, we need to shoot, but I think we reacted well. I think apart from switching off for that goal, I think we've played well, and we deserve something. We deserve to get ourselves something in this game before half time. Courtesy of us, David Luiz has done that. Now, I said it on my live stream. I didn't know David Luiz was going to score, but I said, look at David Luiz back post. I think Kassanj, who's doing all right, he's switched off. And it's a striker's run from David Luiz. If Lacazette, Aubameyang, Martinelli, or whoever does that at Arsenal, we'd be waxing lyrical. It's a very effing good run from David Luiz. And it's Brazilian to Brazilian. Obviously, he helps his boy Willian out. Williams reacted well. It's a set piece. I did say we needed a bit of quality. Willian, inch perfect, really and truly. Perfect, man. It's another game, another Willian assist as well. 2 assists in the week, you know, finally looking like the Willian. You know, keep it up, Willian. It doesn't matter if you have to be able to affect the game, whether you're coming off the bench or you're starting. I think Smith Rowe did all right, but it was a bit anonymous for me as well. He was a bit passive. I think he did all right, but he's a bit passive. I think Xhaka reacted well. I think the game at times was passing El Nene by, but nobody was poor, I feel. We did well in that game, people, you know. And then obviously, I think, like I said, I don't think you can underestimate Lacazette's contribution. I feel Lacazette, Pepe, and when Willian grew, especially, because they were really at it, 1-1-2s and link-up plays and all of those sort of things. So, yeah, man, to obviously in the build-up to get the penalty that Lacazette thrashed home, personally, I feel, I don't know, because the first penalty incident with Ndidi and Telemans and that, people, I'm not going to lie to you. One angle it shows it looks like a penalty. The next angle it shows to me it's not a penalty. So I don't know, VAR, you could just twang it and do whatever you want. But I like how we went 2-1 ahead because we gave ourselves some change, people. We gave ourselves something to walk with. It's, you know, Williams, like I said, Willian is getting his head down and running. And I think it's, you know, Willian and Pepe, between the two of them, they made it happen. Obviously, NDD's unfortunate, you know, to handball. His hands aren't in a natural area. It is a pen. I'd be livid if it's given against me. But it's what it is. And I didn't think we'd turn it around like that, but we did what we needed to do going into halftime. You know, we're playing well, we're looking confident. The only thing I could say is the mistake, people. And like I was saying, you know, after that, people woke up. I think Cedric bossed it. He grew into the game. Willian grew into the game. For me, everyone done all right. But if I had to single out some names, I'd say for me, Marie's not going to get the love he deserves for this game. Luiz, good game. You shut up Jamie Vardy. Pepe and Lacazette, for me, superb. Willian deserves his plaudits. I'd say Granit Xhaka as well. He made his mistake. He played very good, you know, very good. He was shaky a couple games ago in the league, but he did what he needed to do. For me personally, people, jumping into half time now, again, there's a big 45 minutes. And like I want to reiterate to you lot, this is similar territory from the Emirates because we were kind of dominating. Vardy weren't really saying much in the first half. He scored in the 70th, 80th minute, people. So we've got to have one eye open to that and have our heads screwed on and an eye on it. But so far, I have to applaud it because like I said, going into the game, you know that they're good on the transition. You know that they're aggressive on the press. Some of these things I didn't see with Leicester. You know Jamie Vardy's a gunman in front of goal. The records reflect that. So for me, 45 minutes, and I ain't heard nothing from Jamie Vardy. And when he's picking up the ball, it's in areas he's not going to affect it. I like what we're doing. I think we've dominated them, but like I just reiterated, we've dominated them, excluding what I've just said already, but we dominated. We did well before and after conceding, in my opinion, in terms of ball playing and all those sort of things. I did feel Neither team at this period really worked the keeper. All 3 goals really came from errors. You know, we lost the ball high up the field. We're backing off, and Telemans exploited such. Our 2 goals have come from dead ball scenarios. Obviously, we've scored a pen and scored from a set piece. Now, it's been good individual bits of play in the build up to it. I'm not criticizing it, but I did feel Kasper Schmeichel, we ain't really made him do much. I think we need more goals. I didn't, you know, no Arsenal fan is happy at 2-1. Not that you're not happy, you're just not confident in it. You know a sheg is happening. So we needed that third, fourth, fifth, you know, as many goals as Arsenal could score, people, sort of thing. I wanted to see, you know, I liked how, like I said, we're marking Vardy out the game. We've limited their wide play. You know, Telemans is doing all right, but, you know, it's hardly a game where they're going to earn plaudits. We've done very well in that regard. But so we've worked on the game plan. But for me, it's about maintaining these high standards when you're tired, and we know it's going to be a big half. You saw Brendan Rodgers absolutely vexed when he's writing his notes. So you know he's going to switch it up. And when you look at game, you know, when you look at the game when we played them at the Emirates, he switched it up after half time. They walked away with the 3 points. He also did that against Chelsea when they won. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And he walked away with the 3 points. So I'm kind of expecting them to hit back. And based on how Thomas is playing, you know, Pepe is burning him. I feel sorry for Thomas. You know, he's going to be a good player. It happens, but he's getting absolutely burned. And you knew Brendan Rodgers was taking him off. You know, Rodgers weren't going to leave that. You know, I did think we showed character. Like I said, you know, we reacted well to conceding. We started the game well. We made a dumb mistake. We didn't feel sorry for ourselves. We kept going. We need to cut that out because you're not going to have too many days where you come back from behind, but it is what it is. There was character. On the same token, sadly, I have to mention at halftime, it's another error, people. There's no way around it. It's another self-inflicted cheap goal. That is something we need to cut out. I'm not getting at Xhaka in the same way I didn't get at Ceballos in the week because, you know, they have to hold their hands up. But 1 minute is Ceballos, then it's Xhaka, then it's Luiz, then it's Cedric. It's everyone throughout the team. We've got one of those collectively. So as a team, we need to work on that. Once again, you know, I mentioned it, you know, that Thomas Donny's getting cooked. I think we need more shots. Like I said, you know, 2 goals from dead ball scenarios, not criticizing it. Just think we need to work the keeper. Ultimately, I think we've played well. I don't think we've really seen, because, you know, sometimes we've made changes and we've said, yo, he's not here, he's not there. You can see the drop off and stuff. I don't think, and it's testament to the boys, because like I said, you know, depth is important, especially when you're getting into periods like this. And especially as we go into what, in no order, Burnley, Spurs, West Ham, Liverpool, sandwiched in between that is Olympiacos. The depth is vital. And I think considering Saka's not starting, Aubameyang's not there, Partey fit or not isn't there, Gabriel's not in the squad for whatever reason, all of the, there were 6 changes in total. I don't think we see it. There's 416 of you. Please hit the like button, people. Allow me. Yeah, I don't think we saw it. I don't think we saw a drop-off. So I give credit to the players because, again, if it goes left, people are going to look at Arteta rightly or wrongly. You know, Willian's doing his thing. But ultimately, it's 2-1. And we know there's going to be a fight back. We know they're going to make more of a meal of it. So we need to do more. Second half, I did think, like you would see, Leicester had a bit more about them in possession. Mainly towards the end of the game, I think we was getting a bit complacent. Kelechi Iheanacho had a couple of chances he probably should have done better. There was one he should have laid someone and shot from a ridiculous angle, and the next one he blazed straightly over. You know, there was an incident where Odegaard was ripping people off the bench, but I'm sure you'll remember he played a complacency was creeping in because obviously there was a chance we gave to Albrighton, but it weren't that. You know, remember when Odegaard played that square pass and it just got intercepted? These sort of things we need to focus and whatnot, people. You know, like I said, Leicester had a tiny bit more about them, but I did appreciate how we did have more. I did see a bit more game management from our boys in the second half, and obviously we got that cushion. You know, Lacazette won't get rated for it, but Lacazette's hold up playing the build up to that 3rd goal, people, effing amazing. Obviously, on another day, I might even look at that 3rd goal a bit angrily because we should have put it in time before that happened, people. You know, it just about got in. You know, obviously Lacazette's broke. Willian and them man, they are keeping it going eventually. Pepe puts it in. I don't know if that's technically Willian's assist. I gave it to him in my watch along. So that's 2 assists for Willian. You know, with a set piece delivery and obviously this. Pepe got a goal which he deserved because he burnt his man. Lacazette got fair enough, it's a pen, but Lacazette got something to signify he had a good game. David Luiz and Pablo Marie did well. Tierney reacted well. Xhaka reacted well. Cedric did well. We did what we needed to do. 2 comebacks in a week. I'm proud of that, people. But same way, we've got to ask ourselves why we're coming back. It's a bit like Una Emery when we used to get gassed that we're turning games around at 2, coming from behind and turning them around at half time. If you're doing that, then surely you're not starting the game in the right way, people. Surely. But 2 wins, You know, 2 comebacks, vital win. You know, we're playing a top team, a team that's better than us, a team that if we played 4 times, they're probably going to beat us 3 of them. We did what we needed to do. 6 changes. We did what we needed to do. You know, Arteta, he had balls to start, William. You can already imagine the script that's going to be painted if he lost. So I have to applaud Arteta for that. He had the balls to start, William. William has to have the character to put in a performance. You know, you put in a performance, everyone, you look like a genius. Your manager looks like a genius. The same people, myself included, that have been blasting William for weeks, were your biggest fans. And this is what I want to see again. I don't know if this is going to happen against Burnley, but crucially for me, I want William to play well. I want William to complicate things. Arteta, it's too easy for him to pick an 11 to go out there. I want Arteta to stay up day and night, not being able to know who's playing centre half, who's playing right back. Is it Bellerin or Cedric? Who's playing up front? Do I go with Laka and Oba? Do I do this and that? This is what we need. And if William can finally start putting in performances and show what he's on, fair play. I think a lot of hysteria was made of the Benfica performance. He was good, but people were going away with it. I think he was quality today. So I think initially, he had the bravery, because initially he was picking up the ball in dead areas, really, and playing it with his back to goal. Then he just started running at man. So 3 goals, reaction, character, 3 points, you know, vital 3 points, because you look at our fixtures, all our next coming fixtures go either way, really and truly. So we did what we needed to do, forgave ourselves for the error. You know, we did what we needed to do, people. You know, Leicester were a bit toothless and poor, and I think they had a lot less than I expected. Brendan Rodgers might be able to tell you why, but we can't deal with that, people. We can only deal with what's in front of us, and I think we were quality today, people, simply put. So that's all I have to say on that, man. So, yeah, sorry, people. Timestamp business. So, yeah. Like you can see, that's my opinions. Well, that's not how you spell opinions. But yeah, it is what it is. Got some William points here, but we'll leave that in a set. Sorry, ending points as well, people. Great pressing, great character, good bits of technical play today as well. Not that matters. What are you lot saying? Please hit the like button. There's 394 of you. There should at least be 300 likes, people. Don't disappoint me. Please don't do that, people. What are we on, people? 154. Come on, people. Up the thing, man. At least get that to 200. What are you lot saying, people? Let me take in you guys, people. Man of the match for me, because I forgot to mention that. We'll get into the player ratings in a sec. Man of the match, I give it Lacazette or Pepe. I think Lacazette, but it could be Pepe, it could be Million, it could be Marie. Like, there will be the 4 in particular for me. 5 if you had to include Cedric, but I'd give it between Lacazette and Pepe. I'll give it to Laka. It would be, for me, it would be out of Pepe and Lacazette, because I feel other men had to grow into the game. Like, Willian grew into the game. Xhaka reacted to his mistake. I think from minute 1, Pepe and Laka would get it. So I think Willian, you know, Willian deserves man of the match, but for me, I'm probably going with Lacazette and Pepe. I hear that, Andre, you know, Andre, your comment's gone, but I hear what you're saying about they're weaker without Maddison and all these things, but I'm not disagreeing, but ain't nothing to do with us, innit? We can only play what's in front. But Moses has said, as Hugh Rizzy would say, big up the big homie Hugh Rizzy, there are too many freeloading frauds like the video, people. Big up DG, I appreciate that. Every like means this more likely to be you know, the DG Nation will keep growing. I'm more likely to be in someone's recommended. I'm not just telling you this for show. Why would I just scream it? We're at 196. Come on, people. There's 404 of you in here. It doesn't cost a thing. Hit that like button. Let's at least take that to 300, 400, man. That's all I ask. True Gooner has said Pepe man of the match. You know, Willian or Pepe, Willian, you know. It is what it is, man. This is what we need, you know. Good problems, you know. Nobody said Marie yet. Louise was good. You know, Xhaka was good today, man. Whatever you say about Xhaka, I think Xhaka was quality today, man. Xhaka was very good today, man. And this is it as well, man. Nobody expected us to win. I would have taken a point. We did what we needed to do. Pepe, man of the match. What else we got? Hit the like button. Pepe, man of the match. He terrorized Leicester's left side and put in a shift defensively. I've even forgot about that as well. Pepe put in a shift defensively, man. Big up Matt as well. Like he said, people should get into a habit. As soon as you start a video, hit the like. Not everyone's got manners, my guy. It's like going into a house. You say hi to everyone, you know. Yo, DG, good performance from the team. I want to see Marie in the team. I said to you before, he's our most solid centre-half. He's our best reader of the game to me. I think he had a good game today, man. You know, for me, Gabriel's the only centre-half that starts week in, week out. I kind of wish Pablo Marie was right-footed so that partnership could be tested out. Probably not going to see that in the season, but this is what we needed, man. Big up Beanie Vibes. She has said, could have easily scored more goals, but better play today. And you're right, man. To be fair, you can't have everything in it, as we know. But I'm sure everybody's cool with taking 3 points. We need to do it is what it is. Big up yourself, my guy. William, man of the match. Fair play. You know, he's got a shout. Big shout to get man of the match. First time ever. You know, first time ever he's really got that, man. As an Arsenal fan, excluding the Wolves. I mean, Wolves, Fulham game at the start of the season. So it is what it is. Someone said, do you think Cedric warrants the right back spot? I personally don't. I think Cedric was better than I've seen Bellerin in recent weeks. I don't think like when Bellerin plays well, I don't think Cedric has made himself the outstanding candidate of that. But yeah, man, I think we need, I think right now is Cedric's to lose, but pardon me. I think it's gonna get switched up. Man said Arsenal win the league, mark my word. And I thought I was deluded. I'd love to be right, but myth. Bro, read the game better than him, you know. He didn't even outpace him. He stepped across him, you know. That's the experience of Marie. He's a good reader of the game. I was worried for Marie, not because he's a bad player, but going into the game, you know, they press high, they press aggressively. We play a high line. You could see how there could be problems in that regards. But we did what we needed to do, man. We did what we needed to do. You know, did his thing. You know, and I'm not going to lie, a period, I was saying I want Pepe to move over to that left-hand side because it looked like Cedric had, man said Cedric, Tini had way more space there. And people still talk about Zaha. Hey, man, Zaha, I like Zaha. I take both of them, but it is what it is, man. But when you can read a game, you don't need, it's not that you don't need pace. When you can read a game, it's not a problem. I wouldn't say I wasn't impressed, but I think Odegaard and Partey off the bench could have showed me a bit more in that game, but it is what it is. This is it as well, man. You know, we did what we needed to do. That's it. You know, whatever way you look at it, you know that's going to be a long day for you. And like usual, people are going to focus on how poor Leicester were. They were poor. They did flatter to deceive. They weren't 30, but we can only play what's in front of us. They're third in the table, or were at the time. I ain't seen the table since we've won. It doesn't matter how you beat them teams there. Just do it, innit? And we did it. We went a goal down. We didn't feel sorry for ourselves. We sorted it out ourselves, and we did what we needed to do. And even at 2-1 going into half time, in the last couple of games, second halves have been a bit shaky for us. So to know that the players have still did what they needed to do, it is what it is. Bro, I want revenge on Burnley. Burnley beat us at our place. We was poor them times. Let's fix up. You know, you can think Odegaard's brilliant. I didn't think he was brilliant. I don't think he was brilliant. Fair play, but it is what it is, man. Go. I hear what you're saying, but I can't just sit here as an Arsenal fan and talk about how poor this team was and how poor that was team. I can Leicester were poor today, but Arsenal can't afford it. If Leicester played well, we'd sit here and say other things. His vision did create it, but I just think he was a bit hit and miss. I don't think he was poor, but I just wanted to see a bit more from him and Partey off the bench. It's a bit difficult, but it is what it is, man. Nobody played bad today at all, man. You know, and we're all gonna have good weekends. We're all gonna have good weekends. To be fair, if you even go in a goal, I think Leicester were complacent. You know, I think the players thought they were just going to turn up here and they could be at 60% and beat Arsenal. And to be fair, you've seen that for a lot of us this season. But we can't deal with that, innit? We can't deal with that, man. You know, it's not our problem. You know, every team we beat, they played poor today. They did it. They weren't the Leicester, but it's nothing to do with us. You know, we never get credit. You know, we can't. That's all for Brendan Rodgers and them man there. It's nothing to do with us, people. I think class is a strong word to use, but fair play. Everyone can have an opinion, you know. I think class is, I think he played a 7 out of 10, but I think there's a lot more he can do and a lot more to come from him. Still think he's playing within himself, you know, but that's me. That's me personally. You know, we dominated the game. Even going a goal down, we dominated. We got that third as well, so we knew we kind of needed to get that third. It was nice, man. Obviously, it's only the cheap goal. Don one, you're going to have to go on arsenal.com or something like that to pre that one there. I appreciate that, Jack. He said, couldn't see the watch along, but much love, bro. I appreciate that, my guy. And, you know, if you can't watch the watch along, you can't watch the watch along. The good news is always there. We're at 266 likes, people. So we're evidently moving closer to 300. There's 469 of you. I'm talking to you. I know you can see me. I know you can see me. Hit the like button. You're a bad guy or a bad girl. Whoever isn't hitting that like, you're doing the problems. Somebody asked me, would I take Telemans? Calm. I would take Telemans. Who wouldn't? And that's it as well, Matt. Confidence builder. This is what I want to see. Can Willian put a marker down? I hope the penny drops for Willian. I really do, man. Nobody should underestimate anybody in life. And, again, with every win, we sit here and say ifs and buts. It's down to the boys. They've had a good week. It's down to the boys. If they want to have a season to remember, and what I mean by that is minimum a Europa League final and top 4, that should be the minimum ambition at the season, which can still be done. It's up to them, because you will sit here in May and say we've shot ourselves in the foot. We already know what's happened in our season. We need to do it right. And for me, I want to cut out the cheap goals, because we've won today 3-1, good win. But ifs and buts are not facts, but they could have done different things. They could have got something if Kelechi and Nacho and them guys could finish. It's a bit like against Chelsea. They scored that penalty that Marie gives away. It's different. We gave 2 cheap goals away, including a set piece against Leeds, which they don't typically score from. If they get that penalty with Bamford, it's a different game. Now, ifs and buts don't mean anything, but too often than not, this season, we've conceded cheap goals like today. So hopefully we can cut that out. We will be the reasons we don't have a wavy season. I wouldn't say he was poor, but I do think he played within himself. But I'd say 7 out of 10 for me, man. 27 out of 10 for me from Odegaard still. But I just think there's a lot more to come from him. I think he's got the ability to do a lot more. Of course, I would take Telemans. I think I've answered that already. Nobody likes a twat, Joe. You can gash your team, but come on, man. You ain't got no relevance today, Joe. Just take in the Arsenal stuff and wait till your team's playing later, man. Calm down. Top 4 is possible if they want it. If they want it. The only people that can do it is themselves. It's you know what you need to do if you want top 4. You need to go into that. You need to go into that period where you've got West Ham, Burnley, Spurs, and Liverpool and get something. It's as simple as that. If they want it, it's there. If they don't want it, it is what it is, man. And we need to build momentum. Same way the squad, they went into that game, they miss it. This is why I don't really look for excuses. Of course, when you're missing players and injuries and all of these things, they're problems. But you've gone in today with 6 changes. You've missed players that are just winning us games and you've got something. So we need to improve, man. I think our defensive record is overstated because we've improved greatly. Don't get it twisted. I feel a bit more confident. But if we're real with ourselves, we're not great defensively. We've still got these stupid errors. So, yeah, I don't think we're getting top 4. But for me, I want to see these guys fight to the end. I want to see them fight to the end. I don't want to. We're out of it, but I don't want to be out of it before May's come. I still want to be there, man. So, yeah, man. Bro, Pepe cannot be dropped. Willian probably deserves not to lose his space. I don't feel Lacazette should. I don't feel Cedric should. But changes are going to happen, man. Changes are going to happen. The good thing is we get a little bit of rest now until we go to the Burnley game. Big question. I don't know what happens with Lacazette in the summer. With every game like this, we're like, yo, new contract, this, that, and the other. With every iffy game, like, I don't know. I don't know, because my brain is saying you have to just sell, man, innit? Because it is what it is. Part of me wants to keep him, though. I'm a big Lacazette fan, so who knows, man. Credit to Arteta. Big balls, pause to change his team, starting Willian. These things could have went left, and what would have come out? He's clueless. He don't know he's doing this, that, and the other. Depth is important. We should be able to make 6 changes and not see a significant drop-off. Depth is important. We're in a period, and I've been saying it, where we need the whole squad now. So if people are really playing themselves into form, if people are really turning the corner and all of these things, I'm happy to see, man. I don't think we're going to have to disagree. I don't think we're good defensively. I think we've improved defensively. I don't think we're good defensively. To the standard I would like us to be able to defend, which I think is a minimum for a team that gets top 4, I don't think it's good enough personally, but I respect everyone's opinions. He hasn't had an iffy game in a while. To be fair, he has, but he's played all right. But you give him, what happens? A lot of these players are form players. I'm not going to lie. Lacazette's turned a corner. He's looking different. But Lacazette's one of those players I'll throw into being a form guy. It's like, unless you're, to a degree, Martinelli, Saka, Partey, Tierney, I don't know if I can bet my life. If I give you a 10-game period, you're going to move 30. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see though. It's an interesting one. Cash in, that could be a shout. You cash in, turning 29, year left. You're not making your 52 million back on Lacazette, but you might be able to get something. I don't want Lacazette to leave. I love the passion, man. I'm a passion merchant to its fullest extent. Bro, William was moving like a real Brazilian today, real Brazilian winger today. Throwback sort of Brazilian winger, bringing out the tricks. That's what I want to see. And this is what I tell you, this is what confidence can do. This is why even players I don't like or think they should be here, I want them to be positive. I want them to have confidence because they're likely to play better, people. Hit the like button. There's 483 of you in here, people. We've hit 323 likes. Can we push that towards 400, people? Can we keep that moving? I know you lot got that in you, people. Keep that one moving there. We're going to get into the player ratings in a sec, man. And I'm not confident either. That's why there's a couple things we could have worked on. We conceded a cheap goal, giving away possession, and we're backing off and backing off. We made Tellerman's mind up to hit that. When I look at the win against Leeds and the win today, it's fantastic, but we need balance. We can applaud the win, applaud what we're doing, but we can go back to the drawing board and stop those cheap goals. If some buts are not facts, but if you can stop conceding those cheap goals, it's going to help, man. El Nene, Marie, and Xhaka, they switched off for that. But what I will say is, it happens, innit? There's a response. They could have all just felt sorry for me and did the woe is meeting, but they kept going, man. Big up yourself, Jack, and stop with the super chats right now, my guy, bro. I appreciate it, man, but hey, you're making me uncomfortable with that. I know you got to head off. Have a good day in whatever you're doing, my guy. Big up yourself, Jermaine. I appreciate that. Big win today. Please make sure you hit the like button. And you're right, Blessing. This is why squad depth is important. If you've got, let's just use the front four, because I think we'd all agree that the front four is probably the most area of the team where there's a lot of changes and people can lose their spot. Some man will say Aubameyang up front, Laka up front, Aubameyang on the left, Pepe on the right, Pepe on the left. Throw Willian into that now, Smith Rowe and Odegaard. There's competition now. I'm sure every Arsenal fan would do a different sort of thing. All I would say to the players is make sure you're not the one to miss out, And if you do miss out, make sure you show your manager why he shouldn't have. Like Lacazette today. Forget Lacazette's penalty. It's his general play. Lacazette, for me, do you know what I'm most gassed about with Lacazette today? It's his involvement for the goal that led to Williams holding man off, because he was doing that all the time. And this is why I say, even if we did sell Lacazette, you have to bring in an next striker. People underestimate having a plan B striker, especially someone that can hold the ball up and give us a bit of difference. And I said I said it in my preview as well, and I said at the start of my watch along, whether it's Aubameyang through the middle or Lacazette through the middle, I need my striker involved today against Leicester. And Lacazette gave me that. And, and sadly, Lacazette could be dropped for the next game. William could be dropped for the next game. Cedric could be dropped for the next game. Things can happen. To be fair, until Balogun signs a new deal, I don't include him in the thinking, because mathematically you're not here next season. But I would like to see Martinelli get an opportunity through the middle. Didn't really understand bringing on Aubameyang. Thought Martinelli could have got a couple moments, but it's what it is, isn't it? I'm not going to say anything else. I don't know where Smith Rowe is in that regards, but hopefully it's nothing serious for Smith Rowe. I don't know, though. I don't know. I have to look online and things like that. What have you said? Been a while since I last came here, but big up DG, hardest working footballer YouTuber, no joke. Where you been then? I'm gassing, man. Love for that, man. I'm happy Saka got a rest today. We need to save my man. Pepe 100% needs more starts. Man said Chelsea need to get top four and Willian and Luis step up, DG. Who knows? It could be an agent's thing. Who knows? Who knows, man? Is that its best now? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that, but fair play. Rather dim view. It is what it is. Everyone's a loud one, bro. I hear that he might be, but I'm not. If Balogun signs a new deal, I'll chat about him. Right now, he's not part of this beyond this season, so I'm not. You have to forget about them, man. They're not a part of it, innit? They're not a part of it. It's as simple as that. It's simple as that. Smith Rowe did look. He was about it. He weren't poor. He's about in patches and that, but. Yeah, man, I think he suffered, but I think we should get into the player ratings, people. I think that's the only thing we're lacking now. There's 550 of you locked in. Big up everyone for doing that. There should be 500 likes. Also, Chelsea versus Man United watch-along business as well, people. I'm going to get into that one soon. That will be the last live stream of the day. I'm really putting in that work. You know, what have you lot said before we get into it though? I see some interesting comments, man. Deluded. Arsenal's priority should be a defender at right back and a number 6, I assume. Bro, midfield and right back. I've just been saying that 100. They're two areas, you know, because I don't want to go into next season talking about, yeah, it's now Cedric, yeah, it's now Bellerin. I want an evident number 1 and someone who can step in and be number 2. There's certain positions. I am a right back. I think it's the best position in the world because I'm going to be biased, but bro, it's not striker, it's not Cam, it's not the showman positions to be doing all of this uncertainty. Lock it down. And again, Leno's been here for a couple of years. When has Leno had a certified defense in front of him as well? Like, no question marks over, man. Elliot has said Cedric and Pepe found each other 31 times that game compared to the 7 times Bellerin and Pepe found each other versus City. Now, we have to discount a bit playing against City and Leicester in the contexts that happen, but generally, I get the point. You know, Cedric tries to find him and Cedric got gassed off Pepe. You know, I'm seeing Pepe doing skills and I'm seeing Cedric bring out the Cruyff turn. It was wavy, man. Marshall, what are you saying? Prediction for United Chelsea. Oof. I think United might do a thing today, you know. I think they might do a thing still. I'm saying 2-1 United. Would love a draw, though, of course. Please hit the like button. Has Odegaard impressed you? Oh, likely. I've been impressed with Odegaard's technical ability. I still think he's a bit of playing within himself, a bit more to come. Think he could be a bit more demanding on teammates and of himself. But yeah, man, you know, it's what it is. Bro, Bellerin don't want to go forward, but let's dead the Bellerin criticism because he's not relevant today. Yeah, Omar, you're a bit emotional with them sort of things there. Yeah, of course. Of course. Odegaard's been around the block longer. Of course, he's a cut above him, man. I don't think Smith Rowe is low on confidence. I just think he's had a really couple of weeks now where he was really excelling and assisting every week. Naturally, there's going to be a slowdown. Like, he is. Let's be real. Smith Rowe right now should just be a rotation option. It's not a sack. It shouldn't be a Saka thing. And that shows you where our squad's been. We've got over-reliance on some players. Do you get? You know, I think he was calm today. He weren't amazing. He weren't poor. Probably do need a backup left back, man. I hope we win the league too, especially the Europa League, my guy, of course, man. Bro, the best thing is to move emotion away, man. Oh, to be fair, I do remember that, but I think Leno was cool today, man. Of course, because Cedric is going to take a runner with him. When Bellerin's going to be narrow and in front of you, it's going to be dead, really and truly. Like it's gonna be dead. Bro, who knows, man? I'm not gonna lie, I do think a manager has the luxury to do what the F he wants with his squad. If he wants to play willing, they should all be at a level to when relied upon to do that. But I do agree that certain men are given certain luxuries, and I would like to see that, man. To be fair, Mo, you're on some devil's advocate thing. He did say he needs Willian to help him win the Champions League. If he moves like that, we can see why. Make sure you're hitting that like button, people. Make sure you're hitting that like button, people. There's 600 of you locked in listening to little old DG speak about football. Come on, people. Let's up it. We're almost at 400 likes. Please pattern that up, people. 396. There's 596 of you here. So if you hit the like button, we're getting closer there, man. And then it's just too basic, man. And he doesn't believe in himself, man. This is it, bro. But this is football. Everyone's drawing out Willian. Now they're breading him. This is football. This is how unloyal football is. Who did I captain? Either Harry Kane or Bruno Fernandes. One of them is captain and vice captain. It does put us under a bit of pressure at times. You know, it was a bit shaky. And I hope he's not really injured in that regards, but we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see what happens, man. You know, 9 goals is respectable still for Lacazette, but that just shows he's a good squad player. He's not the 30 guy. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind. I like Lacazette for the squad. He's not a player I rely upon, if that makes sense. But like, there's only a couple of man. Bro, my system's just been captaining Bruno every week, innit? Like, he's one of the only players in my team. Every week he's doing something, innit? So let's see, you know. If Arteta can start Willian today and it gets praised, I might be able to do a little thing with Bruno today. So Mo, I'm coming for you if Bruno does something today, man. I do feel Smith Rowe's been forced into the team. I'm not gonna lie, I do think it's understandable because we've had to rely on him, but he just, you know, he's 20, bro. You know, he's a rotation option right now, but it is what it is. It's like Greg is saying, man. It's good to see the rotation and still a solid performance. There was a bit of there was a need for resting people. Mikel has said, our best centre half partnership, in your opinion. I'm not gonna lie, actual partnerships, I'm not really convinced with any of them. Like, I'm not really. You know, I would like it to be Gabriel Marie. That one there's a myth. I think David Luiz is better than people give him credit for. But it's ultimately Luiz. I also believe that with Holding, but you know, Holding's got an inability to look over his shoulders. Gabriel's a good defender, the one I like the most, but he's a bit raw with it. Am I missing one out? No, I'd say for me right now, in no order, but the ones I'm more comfortable with, I would say no order. The three that I'm most comfortable with, I'd say Marie and David Luiz, Holding and David Luiz, Gabriel and David Luiz, Marie and David Luiz, if I haven't said that, or Holding and Marie, them sort of things there. There's not really any. I wouldn't really think there was one, but if I'm Arsenal manager, like I'm Arteta, and I'm thinking of my best partnership, then me personally is something with Gabriel. But they're the centre half things I kind of need, man. What would you consider a fair price for Nelson? Right now, about 10 million. I'm looking for about 20 in a sell-on clause, but I don't want to sell him, man. It is what it is in that regards. Big up to everybody locked in. Man said Chambers and Mavropanos. Man, let's see, man. Let's see. I want to as well, but I just think because of where we're at in the season, we're not going to see that. We're not going to see him do that. We're going to need to get into the player ratings very shortly, people. I promise you we will get into that. But I'm enjoying you lot's comments. Bro, he's just going through a little rough patch, and I think people are overestimating it. Personally, I think he's right now. Gabriel is right now. Let's cut the man some slack now. This is the thing with football, like, you know, just like somebody said with Smith Rowe. Let's remember what Gabriel was doing half of the season, and when he came out of the squad because of COVID and all those things, he struggled. He has had some tough moments. I'm not being funny, but the man's 22. He's our past, present. He's our present and future. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think, you know, he's of a standard where if he plays is criticism, but he's our best centre half. Let's cut the crap. Partey, I have to assume with Partey, he's still not fully fit. I have to assume that. And again, I want us to get it right because we've played around with his fitness and he's been injured for large parts. So let's calm it down a bit with him. That's the levels, bro. You see, William was a dud until today. Now he's getting praised. And don't get twisted. You know, everyone's allowed their opinion. You remember what Gabriel's on soon. You know, you remember what Gabriel's on soon. You know, that's all I've got to say. Don't draw out Gabriel. He's a big boy in this thing. 434 likes, people. Effing love you guys. Can we get that to 500? There's 548 of you locked in here right now, people. Get that to 500 so that it's been an even better day for DG, people. Bro, Eddie, he's got a year left. You probably got to just shot that in it. Sell him, buy not buyback clause because these things can happen. Sorry, I thought the thing came out. But I would say thingy. I would say you have to sell him. He's got a year left. You got Marie there. I mean Martinelli there. There's probably a next striker we've looked at. So you've probably got to look at him, people. Bro, you said you're always violating, always airing, man. I haven't seen your any of your questions. Don't take it to heart, my guy. But at the same time, don't think the universe revolves around you, man. You have to hold a little time out for that. Calm down. You know, hopefully Saliba can come back and do a thing. Obviously, stop them little bookie videos he's been bringing up. But you know, let's talk about him from a footballing stage. And he had a good, obviously, as well, people. I really like the praise you lot gave me on my loan report. I'll try and aim for it to come out on Tuesday or Wednesday, just before the next round of fixtures, because Nice and Saliba will be in action again. But Saliba had a good game on the weekend. I think Joe Willock was a bit anonymous from what I saw against Wolves, and I've got the Marie game. Man said Marie. Maitland-Niles West Brom game recorded, so that's gonna get a watch from me, man. I wouldn't be against Martinelli on loan, but at the same time, for me, he stays and be part of it. You know, I do think there's no balance with Martinelli. I think people need to understand He is underplaying. He should be playing a bit more. All of us are right in that regards with what we need from Arteta. But at the same time, even with Saka, them man there, Smith Rowe, we shouldn't be in a scenario where they should be able to thrive, but we shouldn't be relying on them. And I think it's a lot said. You know, Martinelli's coming back from injury. He's still learning. I think Martinelli, he's one of those players. I have seen it. People don't talk about them anonymous performances. You know, who did he play? He started left wing. He was anonymous. When he played West Ham last season on the right wing, he was anonymous. When he gave away a penalty last season against Liverpool, everyone shut up about it. And this is what I don't like, because even Saka's going to go for it. Right now, Saka hasn't really gone I'm not going to say he ain't gone through adversity in his career, but right now he can't touch nothing. Nothing can go wrong. There's going to be a case where they're looking at him. So I think people need to apply balance with Maria and really understand he's a 19-year-old inexperienced player. At the same time, 100% agree with everyone. The man should be playing more. Simple as that, you know. Yeah, one of them games there. Yeah, love for that, man. One of them games there, he was just moving a bit mad. United game, he put himself around. I don't agree with that, but it kind of highlights the point. Who's got the better ceiling? To be fair, Saka's one of those players. You don't really know the ceiling. It's a bit like Asu Fati, and I think they're gonna be ballers, but they just surprise you every week. I would say Martinelli, because they're just something about him. But I'll change it and say Saka. I don't know. I'll be real. No, I don't know. I think Martinelli. I might say Saka by the end of this. I think it's Martinelli, but I'll be real. I don't know. But what a good question, and what a good problem for us to have, my guy. Hit the like button, people. You know, hope you're good, Somerset Gooner. You know, yeah, the squad, it was a madness, but at the same time, you have to, you know, this is what I mean by you can use that, but the other token of that could be a man switching off. For me, it's more the Liverpool game we played last year, because everybody was just, no one was chatting about it, man. Just the fan that said, in case I forget, I finessed the like button. Have you people support the great talent and content? Just a fan, bro. I need to make you a moderator, man. You're a real guy, man. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I think he worked hard, but it was dead, man. This is what I'm saying. People need to understand, like, there's balance in this thing, man. I can't lie. I'm trying to get Ceballos for 15 million or something cheap like that. Really, I don't mind keeping Ceballos, man. Hit the like button. You know what it is, Greg? I disagree with that. I think you need Marie to help. Obviously, Gabriel and Marie are left-footed, but I think we need those bridge players. I feel Gabriel and Saliba, I think next season they should be played together and, you know, allowed to build that partnership. But I'm not going to sit here and lie. A 22, 23-year-old then, and what, Saliba will be 20. They're going to show their quality in some games, but they're going to go show their inexperience. That's where I would like a Marie to come in, because I like how David Luiz is holding Gabriel's hand. I want Marie to hold Saliba's hand or Gabriel's until both of the level where they can play together week in, week out. That's why I think we need a Marie, or need somebody else who can be that 25, 26 plus year old. Doesn't necessarily, obviously I'd love a world-class centre half, but just can be a competent centre half. Bro, if you watch my highlights, you know, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I was saying Saka is going to be a fantastic footballer, but nobody knew like he was going to, you know, be the best player in our team, arguably week in, week out. Nobody can predict these things, you know. Is what it is. My thoughts for the rest of the season is what we make it. You know, this week we did well. Next week, I don't know what's going to happen, people. So it's one of them ones there. It's one of them ones there. Like I said at the start, we've lost a lot of points. We've conceded a lot of cheap goals, but it is what it is. We just need to keep going, you know. Just need to keep going, man. And to a degree, they do. I think you can criticize it, but they do need to trust it, because they're not always seeing it. You know, I said Saliba should be playing here, but I also said he needs to go on loan, because when I'm just me watching him play on BT Sports and live streams, and whenever St Etienne were playing, I knew he's not really of the level to be a week in, week out guy in the Premier League. That's why he weren't playing. Now, I'm not talking about messing around and not loaning him out, but there's that. You know, Martinelli doesn't need to play week in, week out. More minutes, yes, but needs to play week in, week out to get it. So yeah, there's balance, man. There's balance, but you know, in football, my guy, it changes, innit? You're either mad extreme or mad not. Big up yourself for that super chat. No, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that, my tug. So yeah, man. Spurs in 2 weeks, big game, like you said. Let's be real. Respect Martinelli. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, Martinelli never had Klopp and Ronaldinho and all these people how many months ago breading him. Let's respect Martinelli. Big up Saka as well. But yo, you normally say some good comments. Respect Martinelli, please. Respect Martinelli's thing. Just be happy we got 2 of these bad boy players. I'm hoping Saka stays at Arsenal for life. I don't think it's going to happen. I've accepted Martinelli's head into them PSGs, Barcelonas, Real Madrids the minute he starts banging and doing his thing. So it is where it is in that regards, man. But moving away from that, though, bro, bear man, this is football. This is football. People got short-term memories. But let's get into the player ratings, people. Hey, Jay, man, you lot going heavy with the super chats. What's he said? Big up DG. As a centre half myself, I currently rate Marie over Gabriel because of his composure and organisation skills. That's cool. You know, Gabriel's 22. I rate Gabriel better because he's got physical attributes. I don't think he reads the game as good as Marie, but I think he's better on the ball. I think he's slightly braver. I think it's more physical attributes. You know, that's why I said I'd love them both to play together. But I don't think those 2 left footers are gonna get involved in that anytime soon. It's like what Dermot's saying off topic. I think they're both going to make money for our club, man. Someone's lying to you, my guy. Somebody's lying to you, man. Somebody's lying to you. Hey, someone's lying to you, my guy, above. If he is, fair play. Bro, what do people expect, really and truly? Go, Gabriel's 22. He's just really been playing at Lille for a season or 2. You know, at one point, he can't even get in the thing. You know, this is what I mean by not saying you lot, but whenever we buy players, it feels like fans don't know the players they're getting. It's like with Saliba, man, I'm thinking he's going to be a madman from the start. It's like people are not preying these clubs, people. You know, Ceballos saying involved, but I do think you can criticize Ceballos. I therefore don't think he's overrated. Devil's advocate Graham Yates has said, is there an argument to say this team is playing better overall as there are no supporters at the Emirates right now? I would say, yeah. And I would say, no. I'd say there's been games where I'd sat there and I'm like, if the fans were there, could G them up a bit. If fans weren't there, it would have been a bit negative. I do think you could say there's some evidence in that clubs in general are playing better with no fans. It's definitely interesting to see or better yet, hear the comments, and maybe managers will say it's easier to communicate their information to players where it's different when you got how much 1,000 leap of people there. So it might be, but I'd say no, because as a footballer, surely you want the fans there. You get that buzz. You even get a buzz off the rivals and whatnot. So I would say that, my dude. Let's get into the player ratings though, because we're delaying people. Let's get into the player ratings now. Bro, Tierney's a bad boy. But yeah, getting into the player ratings, let's scroll all the way down. I do agree. Marie's played himself in. I can't lie. If Gabriel's fit, Gabriel starts for me, but nobody deserves to lose their spot. Let's go with Leno. Gonna give Leno a 6. Don't think he was bad today. I just feel his distribution wasn't as good as it's been in the last few games. I am cherry picking a bit, but I give Leno a 6. I think he was all right in that regards. Cedric. I give Cedric a 7. I'm not going to cap. I think he was good. Cruyff turning. I think he worked well with Pepe. I think he did his thing. I think Cedric had a good game. David Luiz, you know, I'll give Luiz an 8. You know, I was going to give them and their 7s, but they're going against one of the top goal scorers in the league. They kept him quiet. I'm going to give him an 8. Now, Marie for me is going to get 8 because I think he was good with his reading of the game and stuff. He did have a part to play in the goal. That's why it's not a 9 for me. But I think he's got something there. You know, I think the centre halves really played well. Kieran Tierney, I think a 7. You know, I think he did play a tiny bit better than Cedric, but I just think Marie and David Luiz were better. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think 7s for Tierney's calm, people. Sorry, why I make a timestamp for player ratings, in case I forget. So I'm going with a 7 for Tierney. You know, maybe even an 8. You know what, Tierney, you're a bad boy, so I'll give you an 8. But I think it's less of an 8 than the 2 midfield, the 2 centre halves. Sorry, people. So that's our team there. Xhaka. I think Xhaka a 7 is fine. You know, I'm gonna leave that there. I think 7 for Xhaka. Like Marie, probably could have got an 8. Marie would have got a 9. Xhaka would have got an 8, but you played that pass in it. Good reaction from Xhaka. I think he passed well. I think he reacted well. I think he put in a good performance. So a 7's a very good result. El Nene, I give him a 5. He was calm. Didn't really do anything. You know, I think him and Marie, you know, could have closed that space down. I think El Nene was cool. You know, bit anonymous. Let the game pass him by, but he did all right. Smith Rowe, I know he's catching a lot of heat, but until he came off, I think he was a 6. He offered himself around well. He did all right. You know, he looks like he's a bit tired and needs a bit of a rest, but I think he's worthy of a 6. Trying to do this from memory. So who am I missing out, bro? Pepe, 9 for me. You know, Willian, because I'm going to cut Willian some slack. I'm going to give him a 9 as well. It should be an 8, but I'm going to give you a slack purely because you've done it twice in the week now. I think he was positive. In fact, I'm going to give it to him because I think, he got 2 assists. He dribbled well. I think Willian had a good game by his own standards. Well, needed to wake up a bit, but I think he gets a 9. I think Pepe was good as well. I can't lie to you lot. I'll give him a Lacazette a 9. He scored, but I don't even care about Lacazette's penalty, people. I don't care about it. I think the work rate for the second goal was phenomenal. I think Lacazette and Pepe, especially from minute 1, were very good. For me, Willian grew into the game. Cedric grew into the game, not taking anything away, but I think them man there were on it from the start. Thomas is probably going to be the one inboxing you on Instagram and saying, why did you do that to me? Lacazette, you've put in a positive way, middle fingers up at Arteta and say, you can't leave me out. Willian, if you lost, we'd be calling, Arteta a bit clueless. But you've made him look like a genius, and happy for Willian's confidence because, again, the fans are fickle. Fans hate you and love you one week, but you've got love, rightly or wrongly, from Arteta, from the people around you. And this week, you've got a bit of positivity. So hopefully that can happen and you can show us that Willian we thought we was getting, that guy that can play on the left, play on the right, and do things of that standard, people. So, yeah, at a push, I'm going to highlight in a different color who I would say would be my candidates for man of the match. Let's go with a different sort of red. Man of the match, I'd say, for some reason, I just think Marie as well, but I don't think I can rule out Louise. Like, don't get twisted. I'm saying Marie way before Louise. That's my bias, but something's telling me you can't really leave out Louise. But at a push, it'd be the first 4 names. Cedric grew into the game as well. Xhaka did well. Let me use blue for guys I think, did well today. Not that everyone didn't do well because it's a good team performance, as you lot can see, but these guys deserve a bit of praise as well for waking up and doing what they needed to do. In terms of the subs, I do think Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard can show a lot better. But I think in what I saw from Odegaard, I'm going to give him a 7. The only criticism I'll give of Odegaard is that square pass he tried to play. I think there was a bit of energy. While it's a 7 from me, I did think by his own standards, he played within himself. I do think there's a lot more to come from Odegaard. I do think he could have done a bit more, but he was all right, man. Partey, I think Partey gets a 7 as well. He played, again, I think there's a lot more. I think he was very rusty when he came off the bench, gave away a couple of passes, but I think he evidently showed how much better Partey and Xhaka is than Xhaka and El Nene, or maybe, I'm not going to say El Nene and Partey because that was the midfield pivot at some point. So I'd say that, Aubameyang, there was no, he could have had a goal, but really and truly the game was gone. If I had to pick a man of the match, I'm going to go with, my one is Lacazette or Pepe. So I'll go with that between the two of them. Willian deserves it as well. And this is what we need, Marie and David Luiz, they're not good. We came back from behind. They're not going to get the plaudits in it, but they did very well. So that would be my player ratings in it, people. For Mikel Arteta, bro, I have to give him a 9, bro. There's nothing I can criticize Arteta for. I can't, you did everything well. You made 6 changes. We didn't look like a team that made 6 changes. We won. Not going to draw you out. You did what you needed to do, innit? Shout out to Arteta. On another day, it might be something else, but good day at the office for us, I'd say. Good day at the office for me personally, people, and to watch that, man. I really enjoyed that. So it is what it is. So yeah, let me remove that. What are you lot saying? So 7s. Yeah, Luis scored. Shout out to Luis for scoring, but that's why he's got an 8. He had a good game. Luis scored. Willian set up 2. Luis scored. Off the top of my head, Luis, Pepe, Lacazette. So I'm not sure where you've got that. In case I've made a mistake, I'm fully aware that David Luiz scored, but yeah, it's like, I think it's a bonus point putting it as an 8. I think our centre half played very good. Shout out to them. Tierney 7s. Maybe a 7, but fair enough. Nah, I think I think it was a good performance from us. Apart from that stupid mistake and maybe some cherry picking, I think we did all right today. And there's always one, somebody said I'm harsh. Bro, life is harsh, man. Life is harsh. That's my player ratings, man. Like, it is what it is, man. Marie did his thing. There's bare different, in a good way. Who is man of the match? Like, You know, there's no man of the match because there's bare man that could be man of the match. So I love to see this, people. I love to see this. I'm a football fan. I can judge whatever I like when I pay for BT Sports. Come on now. You know, Marie deserves that. You know, William deserves man of the match. For me, it's between Lacazette and Pepe, but good problems. Good problems, man. Good problems. This is what we need, you know. This is what we need. Pepe had a great defensive contribution, 100%. 100%. I didn't, in true Arsene Wenger fashion, I didn't see anything. Hey, man. What can I say, man? Your girl likes a passionate DG. Is what it is, though, man. It was because we won, you know. We won. Like it is. You can't say anything if we won. Nah, I don't think. I think a nine's overdoing it for David Luiz personally. I don't think he would play to the standard without criticizing him to Pepe, Willian, or Lacazette. So I think an 8 is fine. You know, bro, it's a game of opinions, fam. Like, bro, I don't know why people try to force opinions. Like, I'm not. It is what it is, man. Pepe or Willian, you know, man are saying players taking responsibility and accountability today. Fair play. That is true. You know, William was spinning defenders today, as was Pepe. Facts, man. Facts. On point today. You're right. You're right. Everything we can't ask for nothing more today. Everything was cool today. We're at 502 likes, people. You know, there's 567. Keep running that up. Run up them numbers, people. Run up the check. So yeah, man, we've reviewed the players' rating. Man said been sipping on gin and juice. I ain't had a damn sip of anything. You see, we kicked off at 11 o'clock. Oh yeah, I thought like too early for that. I might have one later though. Pick up yourself, Jamie. It fully was the Three Musketeers. Bro, you know what? If people say Louise gets a 9, he gets a 9, innit? You know, what I don't like is overbearing opinions. If man think one man gets a 9, next man gets a 9, it's that. There's plenty of times I don't agree. There's plenty of times, you know, even Moses, for example, he said something and I've sat there and gone, he's right, you know. Let me boom, 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 change it up and whatnot. Let me think about it. And that's what it is. It's a game of opinions. I always watch the game twice. Tomorrow, you lot want your tactical review. So when I watch that game again, I might say, yo, boom, 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 this, that, and the other. Like against Benfica, I said, when I watch the game again, I actually feel we played better in that first half. First, when I was sitting here on the live stream, I was like, nah, this is dead. I'm tired. I actually feel we played much better. So things might change, you know. This is lovely to hear. Since the start of the season, this is the first time you've had Willian in man of the match starts or in any positive suggestions. So I'm happy for Willian. That's probably the best point of today, but it's down to him to keep it going on, man. And this is it. I'd say for all of the defenders, really, you know, the less I have to talk about my defenders, it is what it is, man. Love for that, Slim. Love for that, Slim. And this is it, Moses. Them silly errors, you know, we have to eradicate them because they're going to harm us, you know. I'm not trying to make it negative, but it's Xhaka. Xhaka gives the ball away. And I know Marie and them and they're involved, but Xhaka gives the ball away. If it's not Xhaka, it's been Cedric. It's been Ceballos this week. It's been bare different players. And until we improve that, it's going to be a madness. Bro, now I've never been the type to force opinions, bro. So everyone thinks differently, man. I might be a knob, man. Your sister, your mother, and your sister, your mother, and your girlfriend like mine. So what can they say? You know what they say? Black don't crack. You know what they say about black guys. So don't be that guy, man. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. I'm coming to your yard later, bro. You know your mom's just text me telling me the peas are on the fire and that. You know the thing, man. Don't tempt me, my guy, man. Ooh, good question. I think David Luiz and Marie understand each other better. But I'd rather, because I love Gabriel in it, so I'd rather Gabriel. But I'd like to see Gabriel and Luiz. You know, I do think to a degree a lot of it has made of this left footing business, but I don't think we're gonna see it. So I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. I hope you're good, Tariq, man. Bro, it's not even a fighting back thing. Like, what have I done, bro? We're here talking about football. And man are just coming here with their chest and saying you're a knob. That's all right. As long as you know my one's in your girl's mouth, that's all right. It's all right. It's all right, bro. It's all right. I ignore a lot of it, but you have to bite back. And to be fair, it's a nice day. I'm getting some decent sort of interactions from you guys. Why not? You know, I ignore 100. Have to give it to one guy. You know, don't know what he's on. Like, how can you be so angry? I assume you're an Arsenal fan. Like, it's not even a small thing. It's like if you bants me, you get bants back in it. Nah, of course, Slim. I'm just speaking in general, man. Oh, last 4 goals have been stupid. That's something we need to improve. Man said he can't. Man said he can't. He can't. The press can't be beat. Who said it? Well, I don't know what that means. It's okay to be any color. All right, you're getting blocked because you're on some weird shit. But all right. Like, oh, it's all right, man. It's all right, man. It's all right, man. Like you're gonna listen. Realistically, when you've got 500 odd people in a live, you've got 30 odd thousand subscribers. You're gonna come across 5 idiots. But we've got a great sort of thing going on here. Manuel, not gonna lie to you, my brother. You're gonna have to give me some time off and let me go home and think about that, my guy. I don't know. Big up the Twitch gang. What have you said? After the rejected pen call, it looked like it was doing it again, but we fought to get them 3 points, even though it didn't last long in the table. Hope we can carry this on. And Pepe is my man of the match. Interesting comments. Facts. Hey, Graham. Hey, what can she say? She wants a young fella. She wants the experience, Graham. So, yeah, man. Pass that on to your son, too. What have you said? Do you think Gabriel can get into the Brazil squad by 2022? I'll back him. Would love to see him and Martinelli in it, but needs to iron out a couple games, but a couple things out of his game. But I do imagine that he's close. Really. Big win for us. Big win for us, man. And that's the happiest thing I can say, man. What have you said there? Has this result? No. Because it's down to the boys. If they can do this 5 times in a row for me, then I'm all behind it. But I'm not seen enough. I've seen my team put in performances like this. I felt like this when we beat Chelsea. I felt like this when we beat West Brom and Brighton and even beating United. But you know, we'll get in these small victories, but we need to see a bit more, man. Bro, you know the thing, man. You know the thing. But on that note, though, I'm going to go freshen up because in under an hour, I'm back again for the Man United versus Chelsea watch along. So if you ain't got nothing to do, hit that up, people. I appreciate everyone because at moment, it's 508 of you locked in. We've got 528 likes. We're doing something right. Love for doing that, people. Catch me again on the Chelsea versus United live stream. But for now, it's been a very good live stream. It's been a very good watch along. Really enjoyed being with you this today, people. So yeah, big up yourself. Stay safe. Make sure you're tuning back in. I'm out. Man, he said get some nice coffee. It's too hot for that round here, but I might Somerset. I might need it. I'm getting quite tired. I'm out.